Ann Myers was the first and only woman to sign an NBA contract. So how did I get sent down this Google spiral? A couple of days ago, it was Fever Night at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in honor of Girls and Women's Sports Day. All of the stars were in the house. Tyrese Halliburton walked in wearing an Ann Myers jersey. Who is Ann Myers? She's the first and only woman to sign an NBA contract. But how did we get there? She was a standout athlete from a young age. That's no surprise. In 1974, she was the first high school student to sign to a national team, like a U.S. national team. And then in 1976, while she was in college, she played in the first ever U.S. women's basketball tournament in the Olympics, and they took home silver. She graduated from UCLA in 1978 and was immediately drafted to the Houston Angels of the WBL, the Women's Basketball League, a predecessor to the WNBA. But Ann turned down the Houston Angels to retain her amateur status because at the time, professional athletes could not compete in the Olympics, and the 1980 Olympics were only 2 years away, and she wanted to focus on that. You know, professional athletes weren't allowed to participate in the Olympics. That wasn't until 1992, so no WNBA, well, the WNBA didn't exist. So no NBA players were allowed to play in the Olympics until 1992. Back to our story, 1979, and the Indiana Pacers were holding tryouts, and they specifically invited Ann. It was also 1979 when the U.S. was talking about boycotting the 1980 Olympics. I have no idea if this weighed in on Ann's decision or if the NBA thing was like a once-in-a-lifetime thing and she was going to do it regardless if she got to compete in the Olympics or not. But the U.S. did end up boycotting the 1980 Olympics, so it's a good thing she didn't wait around. She went to the 3-day tryouts, she held her own, but the media tore her apart. No surprise there. But this is what Ann said later in an interview.
You know, I made shots, I made passes, I got beat on defense. Yeah, I made mistakes, but everybody makes mistakes in basketball. The media only showed that I didn't deserve to be out there. You're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you're not this and you're not that. And I just kept saying, it's an opportunity that most men don't get, and I'm gonna take it.
Well said, Ann. She got offered a 1-year contract for $50,000, which LOL, because it is almost 50 years later and Caitlin Clark's rookie contract is like $76,000. Moving on. In the end, Ann was not chosen for the final rosters for the Pacers and didn't see any floor time as a professional NBA athlete. She did go on to sign with the WBL as a New Jersey Gem and then just went on to have like a crazy successful sportscaster career. Now I want an Ann Myers jersey.